I wanted to be an actor, and I had an uncle that I was really close to growing up who was also an actor, and so that's how I sort of really got interested in it. He lived in New York City, and I'd come visit him and go to auditions and go to the theater, and so I applied to only acting schools. I ended up going to a conservatory at Rutgers University in New Jersey, Mason Gross School of the Arts, which was awesome. And then I moved into the city and started doing all sorts of stuff. I did theater, voiceovers, commercials, a little bit of film, a little bit of television. And one of my best friends was in the anime world. He worked at a company called Central Park Media. I didn't know anything about anime, but because he was my buddy, he hired me to do some work for him. I don't even remember the shows I did. I would just go in and do them. So that's how I started getting into that world a little bit. And then one day he said, you know, this company, 4Kids, is auditioning for this new show called Yugioh. And I was like, okay. Sounds good to me, I'll go. So I went and auditioned, and I was telling Kevin this earlier. Actually, I was originally cast as Yugioh on the first series. But I didn't know what I was doing with my life. I was sort of lost. I was thinking about going to California, so I actually said to 4Kids, I don't want to do it. And they were like, what? Are you insane? And I said, probably, but I'm going to Los Angeles. So I moved here, and I didn't really like it. It didn't really work out, and I moved back. And what ended up happening was there was another actor who played Tristan on the show. And for whatever reason, the network and 4Kids didn't really like his voice.
Aww.
So it's sad but true. He's my friend, Sam Riegel. He actually plays Donatello on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But anyway, they didn't really like Sam, so they recast, and I ended up getting cast as Tristan on the original show. And it was great because I didn't burn any bridges, and I got back into the fold. And then once I was in 4Kids. Once you're in 4Kids, they sort of let you audition for everything. So once I was at 4Kids, they do. It's sort of sad. We were like, you got to get some different actors. But so at 4Kids, Yugioh was the first show I did, Tristan, and we did a lot of seasons of that. And then I did Raphael and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which was awesome. I played Duke on G.I. Joe. That lasted a couple seasons. They totally destroyed that show, unfortunately. It could have been really good. I did a show called F-Zero there for a couple of seasons. And then I got Yusei a couple seasons ago, and Yusei's been great. So I'm recording right now. In fact, I'm working on Tuesday when I get back to New York City, and I think we're 10 episodes into season 2. So that's where we're at.
Sorry.
That's the story of my life.
Very cool, thank you. Let's get started with questions. Can you raise your hand if you have a question?
No, he asked if I had to move to California. Actually, 4Kids is based in New York, and it's one of the only companies that does animation in the city, because pretty much everything is in Los Angeles. But 4Kids is in Manhattan. It's on West 23rd, and they had the Fox Box for a while, they were called, and then Kids WB. They've sort of moved around. So once I started there, that's where I stayed. Any other cartoons? Not really, because there's not a lot there. I'm actually doing Speed Racer right now. I just started, and that's with a different company. But in New York City, 4Kids is about it. There's a place called Animation Collective that does some stuff, and there's a lot of anime there, like hardcore anime, but I don't really do much of that anymore. And but yeah, predominantly it's here. It's, you know, SpongeBob, all the Cartoon Network shows, all that stuff is here. So.
Next question? Jack Atlas.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Atlas is here as well.
Jack has a mic right. From being Tristan in the original series, what's it like being a hero in the new series?
It's pretty cool, actually, because Tristan, although he was sort of funny, he never got to duel. He was always on the sidelines. Like, basically every episode, all I did was go Yugi! I probably said that line like 1,000 times. And I'd get the script and I'd be like, he still doesn't get to duel. Although, I have to be honest, like, dueling from an actor standpoint is not the best part of the show. It gets a little like, yelling and shouting. And occasionally they'll, once they get into more of the character stuff. So yeah, I mean, Tristan was fun, and he was funny, and Yusei is cool because he's more heroic and it's a little more dramatic. And but yeah, I like them both. It's been fun. It's the best job in the world if you can get it. Another question?
Oh, okay.
You first. There you go.
Hi.
I'll get you.
Hi. What was it like to work with Marvel on the was it Astonishing X-Men?
Oh yeah, that was
really
actually an awesome job. I did the motion comic for the Astonishing X-Men, and it was the issue that was written by Joss Whedon and it was illustrated by John Cassaday. And my friend Dan Green, who plays my good friend Dan Green, who plays Yugioh, he actually directed it.
It's good.
So, as they say in the business, it's a lot about who you know. And he said, I'm directing the X-Men motion comic, and I think you'd be a great Cyclops. It was awesome because the script was great. And I don't know if you guys have seen him. I think you can see him on Hulu. And it's this new sort of medium. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but essentially they take a comic book and they slightly animate it. So it's as if you're reading a comic book, but the characters are turning a little bit and the background moves, and then they hire actors, but we read the dialogue exactly as it is in the comic book. I mean, they take out the words and the word balloons. So it's sort of an interesting medium. He just finished doing Iron Man, which I think is released now. But you can get him on iTunes, or you can get him on Hulu, and Dan was saying, I think we're going to do another round of those, so I hope so, because it's cool. He's a cool character, Cyclops. Cyclops is really this voice again. Like, my friend, I'm very good friends with Wayne Grayson, who played Joey and He's the Man, and he was Michelangelo on Turtles. And Wayne can really do like a billion voices. I mean, I can do some variations, but I end up getting cast as this voice. I mean, this is sort of Tristan, and Yusei is just a little more dramatic. But Cyclops is essentially, like Dan said, just play yourself. I just want your voice. So that's Cyclops. I've been talking to Cyclops the entire time, actually.
I'm not sure how familiar you are with the Japanese version of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D, but whenever a character synchro summons, they say a chant, and they summon their dragon. I was wondering if you would say Yusei's chant. I have it written down.
Sure, of course, yeah. This would be sort of embarrassing, but we'll see how it goes. Synchro summon.
Yeah, synchro summon.
Clustering wishes will become a new shining star. Become the path its light shines upon. Synchro summon. Take flight, Stardust Dragon! The sad part is, and I'm even embarrassed to admit this, I have no idea how to play the game. And I've tried.
Oh, it's okay.
Well, listen, I will tell you why. I'll tell you why. And then maybe you won't be so angry. Is that when you record the show, Turtles is built from the ground up. So the actors are the first thing that work. Meaning, and it's also why it was so fun to do, because all the 4 turtles would go into the booth at the same time, and we did it as like a radio play. Well, with these, because the cartoon's already done, you just go in and do your part. There's no other actors in the booth. And so a lot of times things are completely out of context. And I still find, my 10-year-old son plays, he's here right now, and he's just psyched because he's upstairs dueling, but my wife and I have been trying to pick up the game, so I'm trying to get better. But I still can't figure it out.
We should all give him a card.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yes, possibly. We'll talk about it